Hey guys, what's up? PlayStation 2 JRPGs started going up in price about 2 years ago, and half of them are already rare and expensive and on top of it all exclusive to the PS2. Thankfully there's a bunch of them that are great and that are not exclusive and that you can play in other consoles. So today I'll show you 10 PlayStation 2 JRPGs that are kinda rare, not that expensive yet, but that you can play in other systems. So let's begin! Number 10. Dark Cloud 2. Let's start this list with the least expensive or the least rarest game and go on from there up until the rarest. Dark Cloud 2 is still affordable, not crazy expensive, though I don't think most resellers will let it go for less than 50. Maybe. The point is that if you have a PS4, you can buy its digital re-release, which is graphically enhanced, by the way, for a laughable price. This is a great action RPG, very charming with 2 protagonists and several gameplay mechanics, well, most likely minigames and world-building features. You don't need to play the first Dark Cloud, they aren't related in terms of story or even universe as far as I'm concerned. That game is also on PS4 by the way, although the original PS2 version can still be found for very decent prices nowadays. Go check out Dark Cloud 2 and if you see Rogue Galaxy, Wild Arms 3 or Ark of Napishtim 4, pick those up too, they're cheap on the PS2 as well. Number 9. Grandia III. Grandia III is a fantastic game and it's probably my favorite in the series. 2 has a better story but 3 surpasses it on everything else, I say. This is available on the PlayStation 3 for $10 digitally. Unfortunately, the game did not come out in Europe. Sorry guys, you may have to create a North American account if you can to play it. Or you can just emulate it like any other game in this list, and that's free. Anyway, I strongly recommend Grandia III, it's got great graphics for its time and excellent combat. No, you don't need to play the others, all games in this series are 100% standalone. Speaking about Grandia 2, the PS2 version isn't available on the PS3. Weird, huh? Well, at least it's on Dreamcast, PC, and completely remastered on the Switch, so there you go. One thing to notice though is that apparently you can't use your debit or credit card or PayPal to buy games on the PS3. You need to transfer funds from your PS4 or PS5 account to your PS3 account to do that. Man, what a pain in the ass. Number 8. Suica III. Unlike Suica 5, which is crazy expensive and not on the PS3 for Konami reasons, all the others are there. Seriously, I have no clue why Shinami decided to release them all except Suica 5. Anyway, 3 is getting up there in price, it's still affordable on PS2 but it might be tricky to find it for a decent price. If you only want to play it though, the PS3's got you covered with its digital re-release for $10. Yes, it's also on the European PSN. It's an excellent game and the only one where you don't play as a silent protagonist, instead with 4 different main characters with their stories intertwined. It's very hard though, so if you're one of those hardcore gamers that love hard games, this is a must play. And yes, like I mentioned, the others are on the PS3 as well, Suica 4 and Suica Tactics. They're decent, recommended, just not as good as 3 or the others in my opinion. In fact, those 2 are still reasonably priced on the PS2 anyway, for now. Number 7. DotG, the trilogy. Granted, these 3 games aren't rare, they aren't very easy to find though, especially Redemption, the third one. They used to be expensive back then, again, especially Redemption. I remember that one going for $100 almost anywhere you looked. All of them went down in price considerably in some countries for awesome reasons. The entire trilogy was released on PS4 and very recently on the Switch. These 2 versions even include a small extra episode that wasn't released on the PS2 back then. Curiously though, they aren't digital on PS3, only on PS4 and Switch. Haven't yet played the Switch release though, but I can easily vouch for the PS4 version. It looks and plays beautifully, and hell, even better than its PS2 counterparts. It's dirt cheap nowadays, and it's a masterpiece I have recommended to death here. Just remember, this is actually one game cut into 3 episodes, so it's imperative to play them in order. But 3 games for the price of 1, yeah, the remaster is a no-brainer. Number 6. Soul Nomad and the World Eaters. Soul Nomad was never added to the PSN in any format whatsoever. Instead, Nippon Ichi Software, its developer and publisher, decided to port it to the Switch! You heard that right, this highly obscure strategy RPG can be played on the Switch! And there's even a physical version of it. The package included Phantom Brave, which was also released originally on the PS2. Nonetheless, the PS2 version is not the one in here, I believe it's the PSP one. In any case, Phantom Brave is dirt cheap on the PS2. Soul Nomad isn't, and it's kinda rare and hard to find, so I was so glad to see it brought back here. Not sure why they didn't strike a deal with PlayStation for a PS4 or 5 release, but I know there's that one guy that will probably tell you in the comment section below. This is a highly recommended game, so definitely check it out. Number 5. Stella Dose. Stella Dose is one of the many obscure JRPGs I've covered multiple times in this channel, and it was very surprising to know that it's available on the PS3 digitally. I knew most of the games in this list were playable on other systems, but Stella Dose definitely not. It's kinda surprising considering Atlus rarely ports their very obscure titles in modern systems, but this was actually developed by them, not just published in North America. Lots of people believe Atlus created all of the games with that logo in the cover. Haha, nope, they just published most of them. There are exceptions like this one, a game they actually created, so maybe that's why it's available on PS3? Well, it is, and that's a good thing, so go check it out if you can. This is not a top tier strategy RPG, mind you, but it's definitely worth playing for $10. I'm not sure how much the physical version on PS2 goes for nowadays. Price charting says between 50 and 60 for both Europe and North America, but this website always throws the lowest price it can find. Number 4. Ys 6, the Ark of Napishtim. We may have a problem with this one. It was released on PS2 and PSP. Both versions are kinda rare and expensive, especially the PSP one. Neither are on the PS3, unfortunately. Lucky for some of you, you can emulate this game easily nowadays. But I get it, some of you don't want to do that. Well, lucky for you too, Ys 6 was also released on Steam, like most of the Ys games, and that version is graphically superior than its console counterparts. Usually it goes for laughable prices, not even $10 as of the making of this video. Is this one worth it? Yes, totally, it's great, but it's also quite challenging with no easy modes on the console releases. If the Steam version has an easy mode, please let everyone know in the comments. Number 3. Growlancer Heritage of War. I'm not sure why some Atlus titles were released digitally on other systems and others not. I'm amazed Growlancer 5 was released on PS3. I mean, that's really cool, considering I've praised and strongly recommended this title before in several videos. So now you know that you're not limited to the nowadays kinda pricey and kinda rare PS2 release. As to why this game got the PS3 treatment and not other Atlus titles, I don't know. It's hard to figure out Atlus when it comes to these types of decisions, but if you're wondering about the other PS2 Growlancer games, namely 2 and 3, then it's simple. Those were brought to North America by Working Designs, not Atlus, and they weren't released in Europe. But Working Designs doesn't exist anymore. They became Gaijin Works, and I'm not sure if they still have the rights. Number 2. Persona 3 FES. This version still sells for $30 in North America, even Amazon. Not the European release though, hence why I'm including it in this video. Another version of Persona 3 was released for PSP with some changes like full party control and a female protagonist. The physical version of this one, no matter where you buy it, is crazy expensive as well. Just as expensive as the PAL version of FES. Well, thankfully we live in a semi-digital era where a lot of games have been re-released already. Both the FES and the portable versions can still be found on the PS3 store. If you're asking me which version is better, I'll go with the PS2 FES one, merely because it contains an extra full game called The Answer, which is the direct sequel to Persona 3 where you play as Aegis. There's no more simulation and it's a hard-ass dungeon crawler, but you can't control your party members, unlike in the PSP version. Sure, that one lets you play as a girl if you want to, but it was cut down in terms of overworld exploration, and it doesn't have The Answer. So yeah, FES for me, but you honestly can't go wrong with either. Number 1, Devil Summoner 1 and 2, yeah, the Rairoku Sunoha games. Yeah, believe it or not, these two overly rare and expensive SNT games are available on your PS3 for $10. Physical versions of these though are exclusive to the PS2 and they go for steep prices already. Are they worth it? Yes, they are. There's a few things you need to keep in mind though. One is a direct sequel to the other, so you gotta play them in order. They're classic SMT games, but classic only, as in there's demon recruitment and negotiation, fusion, and you can summon them in battle. However, the major difference is, as you've been seeing, they are action RPGs, not turn-based, not dungeon crawlers, nope. You go around performing investigations because you're a detective of the paranormal in a fictional version of the 1920s. Random encounters are there and you'll be taken to another screen for battle. You can only summon 2 demons to fight beside you, controlled by the AI, but you can give them commands in the menu. So if you want to see how an SMT game plays like an action RPG, then these two totally fit the bill. Maybe someday we can get other PS2 JRPGs like the Suica trilogy for example, or other Growlancer games, the Atelier Iris trilogy, Art on Helico, a Big Long, etc. ported to other systems as well. That's it for today guys, thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. See you next time!